Begin subtopic. Demons back to haunt. The whole medical staff see this news of the pregnancy of Mayuri a serious game changer, as the dark shadows associated can wake all the sleeping serpents, jeopardizing her recovery, as once again she can be pushed in the same pit of desires of fulfilling her unfulfilled desires, which she also sees as one of her ethical duties as a woman. As everyone expects, the sleeping serpents of the past have begun to turn in their graves, showing signs of new life. Sarti is tossing and turning in his bed, thinking to live with her with this knowledge is impossible. Yet being with her brings me immense joy. This episode in the past cannot be seen as a past, as this past is really a present which is carrying the seeds of the future. Dot, dot, dot. Faust is tossing and turning in his bed. I want to sue that wretched priest with his silly forecast. Should have made more faith on my own virility than her proclaimed barrenness. Being one body sailing in two different boats at the same time is impossible. Thus, I am seriously considering having a surgical castration for myself and for her to go for an abortion. This episode in the past is not a past, as this past is a present, as this past is carrying the seeds of the future. Earlier, I had said to myself, I will pay her spiritual debt back grandly in ways that the world cannot fathom, only to find my Lord Jesus Christ squirming in his grave over my unique ways of paying, as yes, I am indeed paying, just in ways that are beyond anyone's comprehension, including myself. This episode in the past cannot be seen as a past, as this past is really a present which is carrying the seeds of the future. Dot, dot, dot. Mayuri too, at her end, is tossing and turning, having silent conversations with the Super Kundalini. O Lord Bhagwan Shiv, am your chosen sink through which all the poison of the world must flow, so the world can see just how much of pain a Taurus bull can take, just how deeply Faust has penetrated me is evident from the fact that even if he belongs from another dimension of my current existence, still I know not from which mysterious well inside these tears keep coming, as every teardrop has his name on it. Dear Faust, you have helped me see the true cause behind my actions, as is clear from the fact that despite knowing all about your promiscuous ways can become a big health problem for me, I still jumped in the fire with you. Oh, Sarthi, just how deeply you, too, have penetrated every pore of my body. That, too, at a time when even the smell of men would repel me. Makes me wonder if you are the one for me. You put a life energy in me, which makes every pore of my body jump with joy. How similar my condition is with the Bedouin ass who was hungry and thirsty at the same time. Despite having hay on the one side and water at the other side, he died. Not because the stereotype that an ass has little to none thinking abilities, but because it cannot choose one over the other before its time was over. Same as my time for starting a new life of domestic bliss. This episode in the past cannot be seen as a past, as this past is really a present which is carrying the seeds of the future. Dot, dot, dot. End subtopic. A divine clue. Swimming. Winning my way. Begin. Quote. I'm in the gold mine of contentment, as everything I do like a child does. Play without expectations. Dot, dot, dot. End quote. Dear Mayuri's diary. Eureka! I think this episode from my childhood carries in it a simple observation which, once understood, can end all the confusion surrounding the complex topic around our teleological goals. Observation: the scene is my swimming pool. Every time when I would go for swimming, I would see my fellow peers always trying to find shortcuts to beat everyone in some invisible race going on in their heads. While me, on the other hand, like a fish in water, would instantly become water itself. There was no envy for the topper. On the other hand, I was consciously slow. While I was swimming in the water, I realized that joy is in the experience of the act itself. Pleasure is in splashing water around oneself, in pedaling one's slender arms back and forth, in kicking one's beautiful legs, in feeling the sun rays kissing the body. Then I feel it will not be far fetched when I say that it is only at that moment that the individual is alive. Once this realization dawned in me, That very instant, the whole game reversed. What good did the winner of the race achieve when he lost the whole point of a race, to have fun? Then, does it not also mean that the moment I fulfill my desire, I also end all the fun associated with the journey? Then, ultimately, is it not the loser who is the winner? Dot, dot, dot. End topic. Begin topic. A neutron. Begin quote. Complete like a neuter cat. Has nothing, needs nothing. Dot, dot, dot. End quote. A life must be referred to as content if it is something like a neutron, i.e., the component of the smallest particle making any matter, the atom, which has a property of neither attracting nor repelling anything. When any individual is in this state, must tell us that these people are on track in meeting their ultimate goal of an embrace with their first true love, the ultimate lover, whose love for us is the only constant that stays with us faithfully as we jump forms one eternal life to another. Dot, dot, dot. End subtopic. Begin topic. Another platitudinous paradox. Mayuri to parents. Being a Taurus woman who was born at noon when the sun's fireworks are at its fiery best, suggests that that fire element of sun is more dominant in me, that it will never let the fighter in me show its back in the battlefield. But now, I know not why, I'm getting cold feet. Does this contradiction then not beg this question to be explored further? Is not the acceptance of defeat really where victory lies? In vain I delude myself over my age, painting furrows on my face, covering the whites in my hair with fluorescent red colors, in a hope that my lover always sees in me a sweet 16 nymphette. The rebel in me will not let me continue with this deception, though, which is only deceiving me and not others. Then these painful symptoms that every woman must go through when nearing the pause of her reproductive years further confirms to me that my transition period has started, where I say farewell to my youth and embrace whatever the next leg of my life journey has in store for me with class. Since lust is also an energy, and being an energy is indestructible, means it is still there in me, even if dimmed, still screams at me, asking, why not quench our thirst for each other? This way, our thirst will vanish with that night, and this way, the whole affair can end without any major disruptions, which puts me at crossroads again of choosing between the two options I have now. Either I prepare my body for starting a new family life and wait, or accept my defeat and move on. Mother Aditi, from all my observations of you from childhood, I know that from having a Taurus nature in yourself, you are stubborn like your sun sign, a bull. Always been having doing things your own way. But this time, just try to think with an open mind. Here is a very well guarded secret that I'm about to share with you. All talk of marriage being the start of a new life that will fill every day with sensual pleasures, while really it is all a clever marketing gimmick meant to tempt these gullible and inexperienced youth into a marriage. Movies and romantic novels are the tools which help propagate this lie. If the couple are aware of the real definitions of marriage, they would never do it. Marriage has nothing to do with intimate moments between a couple, but instead is a duty, a very demanding duty which requires hard sacrifices, not sacrifices of worthless things which have lost all value for you, but of the object that you love more than anything else. You sacrifice your time and energies for the upbringing of the child to become self reliant individuals. Father Akash, this time I want you to not think about how your life would be if you had a child, but think about the kind of life you will be giving to your child. A child might become a source of entertainment for you for some time, but in the long term become wearisome, not for you, but for the child. Think about the life of the child for a moment. Every time he sees the other children with their loving fathers, then he will experience the pain of not having any father figure in his life. And when one's child is in pain, how can any good mother not feel doubly miserable? Especially when she is the root cause for the child's misfortune. It will make life a living hell for the child and the mother too. Now picture the scenario which is golden to you but has been eluding you so far. Say, you give birth to a child and then being feeling victorious over your win of finally getting the title of mother, but what is there to feel victorious about when birthing is not even an art, especially when every household is busy multiplying exponentially like cats and dogs? The art lies in the parenting instead. It is only when you have been able to bring up your child with values which will prove beneficial to the universe can we call it a victory for the parents. Can we call a woman successful as a mother? It is this victory which differentiates an unsuccessful mother from a successful mother. Therefore, being a good mother is no child's play. It is a demanding duty which requires every ounce of one's energy. This is an immensely powerful paradox which is beyond the awareness level of most people to be able to ever grasp its meaning. Dot, dot, dot. And subtopic. Begin topic. Forceful termination of pregnancies. A necessary evil. To Dear Mayuri from Sarthi. Subject: life is a form of life sentence. In Garbha Upanishad, in the section on the stages of the embryo formation, it mentions that it is in the 7th month that the life slash jivatma in Sanskrit enters the womb. Till then, the various body parts keep developing, meaning till the 7 months, the embryo is still like clay. Dot, dot, dot. If one is looking to find an example of selfish love relationship in nature, look no further. We have the winner already, as it is between a mother and a child. As what is in the eyes of the judgmental word an expression of the purest form of love is in now aware eyes an expression of the most selfish love in nature. Wait, put your stones down and first listen to my edification, then only with an equivalent mind decide if I deserve a punishment or be put on the highest pedestal. Here are the posits for your consideration which led me to this edification. How is it that despite knowing fully well that life is not a bed of roses but thorns, is not a blessing but a curse, the kind mother not be kind enough to drown her own child as soon as the child is born? Okay, we accept the excuse from the benevolent mother as she admits she has a problem with self-discipline. Then also is no excuse as why she then not gets her tubes tied to prevent any misfortunes. No, she does not, because of the reasoning that I just told you. She is selfish. Hence, proved the relationship between mother and child is a good example for selfish love in nature. The monstrous paradox in time cycles is that unlike Satyug, the age of truth, where procreation is an act pleasing to the super Kundalini, same act now in Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, is an act of selfishness, an act which is not in favor of love, as life in this age is a life sentence of having to live as slaves in the prisons which we make ourselves for ourselves. Farewell from your well-wisher, Dr. Sarthi. To Dear Sarthi from Mayuri. Subject: reply to life is form of life sentence / consent letter. By getting pregnant at this later stage of my life and changed unfavorable conditions for any children to thrive, I admit that a serious blunder has happened. Just as the beauty of different chapters in one's life can be best experienced only when you have the matching energy demands, trying to enjoy motherhood will only be draining and exhausting under these conditions. The product from a body that is aging and suffering from many medical conditions might not produce a healthy product. I disrespected the demands of time then, so now time is punishing me instead. Despite knowing that giving you consent for an abortion is the right thing to do under these circumstances, still I know not why these tears will not stop. They are flowing like some flood dam that just broke. This decision is one of the hardest decisions that I ever had to take in my life. And I would never wish it on even my worst enemy to have to go through what I'm going through right now. This decision of an abortion might put the pro-life activists angry, but keep in mind, before passing any judgment, know that every case is different, that only the one who will pay the price is the one who should have the final say in the final decision. The people who never had to face such a situation can preach all night long, but before you judgmental people start passing your judgments, keep in mind that when it is them on who the lightning falls, they will be in for a big surprise on finding that their actions are the exact opposite of whatever their advice is now, as there are very few of us who even know what the right thing is. What is the true price we pay other than just dollar, dollar, dollar? The vain masses might mistake this ending of my chapter with Faust as a disgrace to love, but in the court of love above, we will get a mention in the roll of honor for doing the right thing under the given circumstances. Farewell from Mayuri. After long deliberations with a calm, rested mind, Mayuri picks up her pen to write to the man who had long gone, but still whose fragrance is lingering with her. Faust. To dear Faust from Mayuri. Subject: the world is a one big Lord Vishnu Kutumb, Vishnu's family. If only you would have seen the entire world as a big Vishnu Kutumb, Lord Vishnu, the preserver's family, and not just your blood and wife, I know not all the many more mountains you would have conquered then. The divorce laws are unfair in this country, as they give absolute power to women, and that is where the cause of the problem lies, as it is a proven fact that absolute power absolutely corrupts. Please try not to stress over your children's future, as your children are also individuals that come with their own destiny that is separate than yours. I know it is a stressful time for everyone, but have faith. Like other storms too, this will pass, and soon enough we all would have forgotten all these hardships and started seeing new dreams for new goals already. Dot dot dot. From a well-wisher, Mayuri. End subtopic. Begin topic. Fulfillment of another platitudinous telos. Begin quote. Asato ma satgamaya tamso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritat gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Om. From lies went to truth, from darkness went to light, from death went to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om. Vedic Shastra, Vedic literature. Sarthi, smiling with his most enchanting smile. Once you sign this one final piece of legal document, you would have freed me of not just a financial and career ruin, but also my mental sanity. For this debt, I'm willing to be your slave forever. Do whatever you want. Now, after a long time of living in solitude, her intuition is more in sync with her actions. She closes her eyes and then, detaching herself first from the situation, then views the situation as a third person. Mayuri, after a long pause. Shame on me for not being able to empathize with you. Like a movie, I can see this young man hiding his nervousness. His whole career is dependent on this one signature on this piece of paper from this woman who is still in grip of her unfulfilled desires and can blackmail him into doing whatever she wishes. The young man is in a weak position to say no, as doing so might infuriate her. So she might not cooperate anymore, which will mean instant career suicide for him. Now that I can empathize with your situation better, please just first relax. Now that I can see the real cause of my dance like a maniac around a man who is not a fit in my new life path and goals, is this serpent of my hidden, unfulfilled desires that was deceiving me into believing it is just innocent love making me write all those love letters which had nothing to do with love, but a trickery of unfulfilled desires attempting to trick you into submission. I did feel the disconnect between my new path and your path, and yet kept deluding myself into believing a lie, all driven by these hidden forces. Now, this awareness has helped me be more in sync with my intentions due to you. I feel immense gratitude towards you. Thank you for being instrumental in helping me come out of a lie. I want to show you my gratitude, and for that, despite knowing you will be willing to pay me any amount of money in return for this piece of paper, I will not charge you even a penny for it. Not because my desires are still strong towards you, but for helping me get free from the bondage of your charms and of my secret desire for procreation, which is toxic for any premenstrual woman with many prior medical conditions. Sati, phew, I too feel relieved now. I had asked my mother for permission and she had flatly refused. Let us change this bitter topic to something sweet now. I'm curious to know, tell me, what is keeping you so busy? Mayuri laughingly, preparing to give birth. Sati, give birth? Please stop talking in riddles with me anymore and just answer me directly. Mayuri first laughs and then becomes serious as she gets to the irony part of his statement. Mayuri, you do not have to remind me of your curious nature, because in a way it is only because of this property of curious experimental nature of yours that I am now alive. Since one of the major teleologies as a woman is procreation, I fulfill it by giving birth to this beautiful daughter who is in the form of this book, which will live forever, will enlighten all future generations with all the knowledge embedded in her. Now, you must want to know the answer to what kind of knowledge, since even after the fact that the other name for love is life, it is one of the biggest tragedies that we live so little and are stoned for the most part. The more I see cities after cities full of important humans, the more I realize the need for this literally work to clear most doubts on one of the most misunderstood topic in the whole world. So, to bring back life in this dead world that is hanging on the brink of destruction, this literary work is critical for injecting divine values in people, which will help bring these dead people back to life. There's still a lot of work left to finish, so please do not think I'm being rude when I ask you to leave now. Dot, dot, dot. End subtopic. End topic. Begin topic. Ladder for a leap. Listening to the immortal song, Love for Our Father. / Then I shed my old skin to transform into my new skin of a bhakt / love. Inspiration from Bhakti Yoga. Begin poem. Even the smallest particle of matter is infinitely beautiful because it has the stamp of made by the infinite on it. All my actions try to favor my love for the eternal. Dot, dot, dot. A song is like a heartbeat, arousing the feet to dance to the immortal song played by the magic flute. Dot, dot, dot. In this form of meditation, I found the sweetest of all nectar. Dot, dot, dot. Mast-mayuri, the intoxicated peafowl dancing in the rain. Begin topic. Bhakti Yoga. Dear Mayuri's diary, I had started my sun salutations every day and started looking directly at the center of the whole universe activity, the sun, only to find my vision is getting blurry, and if I continued this way, I could go blind from a condition often referred to as sun retinopathy. Suffering from sun retinopathy revealed to me a life-altering secret. Revelation. The creator of this whole universe does not want us to solve his own enigma, but for us to live. The purpose of life is to keep flirting with death. Here, by default, victory is always yours, as if you win over death, you will gain confidence. Else, if not, you are still victorious, as now death be forced to finally take you in his strong arms and embrace you. Just stop all this fear talk every time when standing at the crossroads of life altering decisions. Like wondering if there is something better and brighter for us that we overlooked, that whether we just jumped the gun in haste. Instead, I find that all I need is to just listen and see, not right and left, but right between the eyebrows, where the third eye, or in other words, the Ajna chakra is. On sitting with the back straight and looking at the monitor screen of Ajna chakra with closed eyes, I begin to just simply see, as a silent witness to whatever the thoughts are. As I keep going, scene by scene of the issue, this movie tells me that the process of elimination of all the wrong doors is already taking place by some invisible, mysterious forces which are already active in creating situations that will make the doors not meant for me to shut off automatically on their own. This is a sign that I've been waiting for. Now that I know which door is for me, all confusions vanish as a smile appears on my face, as I now see the beauty in the opportunity which this open door holds for me under the current situation. Even if my bruised ego wants to take revenge with all those people who closed doors on me, I do not bother. I choose not to focus on dead ones, but instead refocus all my energies towards jumping all over the possibilities that this golden door has to offer. Now that all doubts are cleared, my first step on this path must be one of the most beautiful of all steps, as this step is a sign of respect to that eye of the eye. So now my eyes can see what they could not before. This first step is the sign of me having enough faith in the Lord to now just let go of the anxiety which comes from uncertainty of the future, and then simply follow this light coming from the end of the tunnel. Dot, dot, dot. End subtopic. Begin topic. A centuries old scam of God finally busted here. Begin quote. For a true believer, life is heaven because there's nothing accidental but about the way things unravel, while for an atheist, life is hell because he is the reason behind everything that went wrong. Mast-mayuri, intoxicated peafowl dancing in the rain. End poem. Dear Mayuri's diary, most people who believe in existence of a God are mostly people who believe in complete surrender to the Almighty's quirky ways. I respect their belief, but since it has been my focus of study for a good amount of time, I feel I can say a new theory which can help us grasp better just how God fits in the overall picture. First, like clockwork, every time that I start my project with taking the God's name, I have failed miserably. However, with the ones that I have done, following the steps just as the guru slash the technique behind God made creations, I have tasted success. Thus, the beauty of my project is not dependent on my brain power of creating new things, but in my ability to reverse engineer what is already existing in its natural form. With this awareness, my eyes can now see how evil is using our love for our Creator and our ancestors to push us masses into darkness. How must God work then? Truth is present in an encapsulated format, covered in layers of secrecy. Just as our digestion process, the whole workflow, and the knowledge about what to eat and when is all hidden. This suggests that the way God helps or hinders our plans is by using this powerful tool of knowledge. I feel that when the Guru of Gurus wants us to succeed, the Guru does it by exposing to us the knowledge we need to make things work as designed. Else, when we are not yet ready for the Guru's blessings, the blindfolds of arrogance will prevent us from getting to that knowledge. ... End subtopic. Begin topic. Aham Brahmasmi. In Sanskrit, I am the creator of my universe. Begin quote. Here is introducing the two mighty contenders for this epic battle I'm constantly fighting. My own vices versus my own qualities. It must be the most challenging war in my lifetime, as both the enemy and friend are me only, and yet are an incomprehensible riddle to me itself. ... End quote. As the proven scientific law of conservation of energy says that energy can be neither created nor destroyed, only transform itself into another form. And what is our body? An encapsulation for hosting our life energy. Thus, all principles that are applicable towards energy must apply to me also. That also means that the true me is still wandering around from one form to another. It also means disposal of dead bodies needs special attention. Since we are dealing with energies, I have found Garuda Puran a reliable source for finding out the right way of dead body disposal. What do I need to do to sharpen my third eye so I can see right from wrong? The way is by feeding the divine properties in me, by sharpening my understanding of mathematics so I can better find the design patterns that God created things follow. All that knowledge should help me find my mistakes better, and by doing all my everyday activities in the right way, slowly those techniques will become my second nature. And this way I will be beating the old me with the new me day by day. Building beautiful room did not take a day. So did my unpleasant habits too. Blaming it on ignorance is not a good excuse. By using the weapon of faith in the techniques used in the creations by the creator of all, I have a feeling that I will be successful in meeting my eternal goals. At the time of Sagar Manthan, when the world was going to drown from drowning in poisoned water, then Lord Shiva drank all the poison to save the world. Similarly, this time is for my Sagar Manthan. To save my soul, I too will have to drink all the poison in my body. Which poison and how it got in my system? This poison comes from my failures. Not the ones that I tried and failed, but the ones I stopped trying or never tried. This poison also comes from those victories which fell in my lap without me even having the adequate skills for it. End subtopic. End topic. Begin topic. Last word. Never thought this time to end will come, but like a most dependable friend, time came as promised. Not a moment late or soon. Dot, dot, dot. Now, enough chatter. You do your work while I do mine. End topic. Begin topic. A prayer at end of this endeavor for exceeding expectations as I laid none in the first place. Begin quote. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Truth is eternal, eternal is beauty. Upanishads. Thank you, Super Kundalini, for always giving me with both hands, much more than my efforts ever called for. This time, when you are pleased with me and want to give me something, then bless me to have the courage to choose that choice, which will always function as a fertilizer for the divine forces and pesticide for the evil ones residing in me. Dot, dot, dot. End